Welcome to the Sex, Money, and Real Estate Podcast, the show for real estate couples about how to close more deals in the bedroom. My name is Nancy Jamison.
And I'm Bill Jamison.
And each week we deep dive into juicy, intentional, sexy conversations, sharing with you what it takes to create balance in your intimate relationships and your real estate business. Thank you so much for being here.
Hello, Jam Fam. Hey, it's Bill Jamison here. Saying hello and welcome to the Sex, Money, and Real Estate Podcast. I am your host today. The hostess with the mostest, Nancy Jamison, is not in attendance today. She's actually out leading one of her accountability groups, her circle of influence. And my magic today actually is a little bit why I'm doing this a solo recording today. We define magic as our ability to influence self, others, and life in an empowering way. And we have, as a family, influenced ourselves to find what is called a dark zone. This references certain parts of the country where there's almost no light pollution. And so the magic is we found a dark zone only a few hours away from, our Atlanta house to go camping. And so Nancy is out leading her COI group and with getting packed up and getting the boys ready to do their homework virtually from home today. We are going to go, after this, we're going to go camping. And so we've kind of run out of time at our normal slot to do our recordings. And so here I am, the morning of us leaving, and being true to publishing a podcast every week. I wanted to make sure that we talked about a couple of things today before we get out of here. So I'm excited to go camping. I am excited to get out of here for a few days and hang out in a place that I've never been. And then, what also is exciting is that we're going to be hanging out in a place that doesn't have any cell phone service or any Wi-Fi in the area in which we're staying. So we are going to be like, not only are we in a dark zone, as far as like that environment goes, but we're in a dark zone for technology too, which is actually pretty darn cool. So, without further ado, let's talk about today's topic. I'm talking about gratitude, and I know that we did a podcast on gratitude earlier this year. I think maybe right after we launched the podcast, but this one really is specifically about the time of year. It's Thanksgiving. It's the end of November, and I know that a lot of you guys, if you're listening in and you're an agent or even maybe in the mortgage business or something related, you may have stopped working already. It's pretty common. You get to this time of year and for me, it always feels a little funky, between November and December. So, I historically have not prospected as much during these times. And, there's some really easy prospecting that you can do at this time of year, and probably you need to be doing and getting that pipeline full so that you're ready for the new year. And we talk about it time and time again. Whatever you're doing today shows up 3 months later, right? So if you stop prospecting now, you're not going to have any business in 3 months. I guarantee it. It's a natural business cycle. It's like principle. You cannot deny it. So let's talk about, what goals what goals do you have for year end? What goals do you have for your pipeline? And what's going to help you live into that? And, since it is that time of year where it's Thanksgiving and a great time to be in gratitude, there are several ways that you can reach out to your people right now in an easy way that will have a high impact on them. Show them that you are in gratitude for their business or their continued business, or that they will be doing business with you. And so I just want to go over a couple of these things. And these are all things that Nancy and I do or have done, and will, when we continue to. So let's see here. Let's get started. Pop-by gifts for gratitude. If you don't know what a pop-by gift is, it's just a small gift. It's a small token of your appreciation, something that you can drop off, for your local clients. So you got to make a point, to write a little note, find a little something that you can drop off, and hopefully something uniform that you don't necessarily have to pick and choose per client. Just a little token of your appreciation. It could be a $5 Starbucks card. It could be anything, really. And if you don't know what pop-bys are, again, just look them up online. There are pop-up ideas all over the place. They don't have to be expensive. And when you come from that place of gratitude and giving, it means a lot. It says that I'm still grateful for your business. And it can be somebody that you have worked with years ago. It could be somebody that you're about to, or it could just be a friend, that you just want to drop by and let them know that you were thinking of them. So, it's just, I was in the area and thought of you kind of gift. So pop-by gifts are a big one. They're also really great for your farm if you have a farm area. Number 2 is handwritten notes. Excuse me. The art of scripting words from ink onto paper is we all know that it's fading away. And I know that I am always excited to get something in the mail. That's not a bill. You know what I mean? So things, when you take pen to paper, and even just a few lines of thank you for being my friend, thank you for being my client, thank you for, doing life with me, whatever it is, a couple of lines and a signature and a smiley face goes a long ways. I actually had a client who I hadn't talked to in a while. I was doing a lot of handwritten notes at that point. And he called me to come over and look at his house, for a listing appointment. And it had been a while since I had actually talked to him in person, although I had been doing notes, and I feel like I had done a few pop-bys. And I went over to his house to do the listing presentation. And there were the ones that I had written to him for his birthday for the last couple of years were up on his refrigerator. I was like, holy cow, this is amazing. So I was totally humbled by the experience, and, and also found that obviously that it was also effective. And, it wasn't like I was writing those notes to get his business necessarily, but I was writing those notes to stay in touch, let him know that I always did appreciate his business, and that, I appreciate the connection that we have. So, it wasn't, yes, we want business from this, but it wasn't my primary goal when writing the notes. The other thing that Nancy and I both like to do is show genuine interest online on the social platforms that we're on to our folks as well. And what that looks like for us is going through our feed usually once a day for the for the goal of leaving some likes or some hearts, making sure we leave a few comments, and doing a couple of direct messages as well to check in with people. Whether you love social media or you hate it, it is, it's definitely here to stay, right? So why not utilize it? Instagram is a way for you to get a little more personal with a client and still maintain, that you are in business first and foremost. You can do the same thing with Facebook. If you have a LinkedIn, if you use LinkedIn as one of your points of leverage, you can obviously do that as well. And then, the last way to really say thank you is to give back to the community. Show that you are a local neighborhood expert, and that you have an invested interest in your neighborhood. So donating your time or money to local charities, or, if you're an HOA, spending time with, maybe Halloween type of stuff, or, what Nancy and I do is in our HOA, and we have done, is we put out a survey to see in the HOA, to see who needs a pie for Thanksgiving. So, we usually offer up, we find a local baker, we offer up a couple different kinds of pie, apple pie, pumpkin pie. And all you have to do to get a pie is make a clothing donation that we utilize with a local church. So you make a donation. we handle it all. Everybody brings their donations over here in exchange. The neighbors get either an apple pie or a pumpkin pie for Thanksgiving. And it's a good way for us to say thank you, just to be in touch, and to serve the community at the same time. So we do love that, and we have done other events where we'll sponsor like a comedy show, or we've bought out a movie theater, and every time we do an exchange. Yeah, come hang out with us. Let's go see the newest Star Wars movie. But do us a favor and do the planet a favor and bring something that you can donate. An article of clothing or something that we can donate to a women's shelter or something like that. So, and it's always met with great response. And again, serving the neighborhood and the community and your world. So, and then I had these 4 points down here, and then the last point is and if you're not doing it and you're not doing a whole lot of prospecting right now, is get on the phone. Hey there, Mr. Mrs. This is Bill Jamison with Keller Williams. Thanks for taking my call, and then thank them. Thank them for how organized they were during the process when you're helping them move, if that's how it was, or how many referrals they've given you, or how flexible they were, for always coming to your events and making donations. It could be anything. Just pick, write out a list of things that you could be you could be in gratitude for. Create your little script, and give them a call, and thank them for their business. Let them know how much you appreciate them and their trust. I mean, this is a big transaction, probably the biggest transaction for most people, and they're trusting it with you. So, come from contribution, come from gratitude, and let them know. So that's what I got for you guys today, is coming from gratitude, being grateful, finding out how your peeps are doing, and always asking, by the way, what are your plans for buying, selling, or investing in property for the rest of 2020 or in 2021? It's a great line. It's a great way to finish up every conversation. If you have any questions about this podcast or any other, please reach out to us at sexmoneyrealestate@gmail.com. Also on Instagram, also on Facebook. If you are interested in joining our Facebook page, it is Sex, Money, and Real Estate. There is I think you can find it under Jamison Company. You can find it at jamisonandcompany.com. There's a link to it as well. We're all over the place. We'd love to hear your comments. Let what your thoughts are about this podcast again. And wish you guys, if you're listening to this before Thanksgiving, wish you an amazing Thanksgiving of being in peace and gratitude and being with family and friends. And if you're listening to this after Thanksgiving, well, happy after Thanksgiving. Peace goes out. We'll see you all on the flip side. Make it an amazing day.
Wow, what a show. Thank you so much for listening. If you're inspired, we ask that you share the podcast with one person and subscribe and follow our show. I'm Nancy Jamison.
And I'm Bill Jamison.
And remember, it's a great life.
Woo!
Quick note about the Sex, Money, and Real Estate podcast. We are not doctors or licensed therapists. We are a joyous, abundant, and mature couple passionately sharing our story of growth around sex, money, and real estate. Our thoughts, opinions, and beliefs are our own, so please consult your doctor, healthcare provider, or your broker regarding any questions or issues you have related to your physical or mental health or specific state laws regarding your real estate business.